Hello, it's me again. And it must be Friday because I'm walking. And I tell you, I woke up this morning, I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get up and go on my normal morning walk. I didn't want to make a video. I didn't want to do anything. I got up, I went downstairs, I sat down there for like longer than usual. And I just was like, you got to get out of this. You just got to go do it. And so I did. So anyway, we're in downtown. I'm right by Thanksgiving Square right now. I've done 5 miles. And I do that every morning. But I feel like I'm getting old. My hips hurting. I don't know what's going on. But there's something I wanted to talk to you about. I've been thinking about it a lot. And it's something I refer to as the fixing to get ready to industry. Okay? And it's an industry designed to like tell you what it is you need to do to start doing the thing you want to do. Okay? It's all BS. Okay? You don't need to buy a book. You don't need to buy a camera. You don't need to buy a thing to do a thing that it is you want to do. All you need to do is just do it. Okay? And it may suck. And it's okay if it sucks. We all suck sometimes, okay? A lot of these videos I make, they suck. My metal detecting hunts that I go out on, sometimes they suck. I don't find anything, okay? Most of those you don't see. Sometimes I will put out a video where you see, where it's clearly not a good hunt, okay? But that's what it is, all right? So like I make sure that I'm consistent. Every single week on Monday, you get a hunt video. Are they always good? No, they're not. I'm not the best video editor either, but I'm consistent, and they get a little better with time. Sorry, I cut away earlier because there was some shenanigans happening in front of me. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm consistent. Mondays you get a hunt video, they're not always a great Friday, or Wednesdays you get a favorite finds video that they're getting better. And every Friday you get a walk and talk. So today's Thursday, I film these on Thursday. Hold on, look at this. Too easily disrupted. But it's consistent. Is it the greatest? No. Am I Mr. Beast? I'm Mr. Bust is what I am, and that's okay. The point of the matter is that like you can't keep waiting to do the thing that you want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. And this has like been weighing heavy on me because I interact with a lot of people who are like, I want to do this, and they feel like they have to get all these ducks in a row in order to do it. And that's just incorrect. You need to start doing it immediately. I got a buddy of mine who has what I like to refer to as social traction. So like he's, people around here know who he is. But he's trying to put something together and he believes it has to be perfect before he releases it. The time is running out. Okay? Every day is a page in the book of your own personal apocalypse, okay? And I got news for you. The world is ending for you and me. And you have a couple options. And I mean that on a personal level, okay? The world will continue to turn. But we're running out of time. But anyway, you have a couple of options. You can leave those pages blank, or you can fill them up. I suggest you fill them up. And you'll be so much better served if you fill them up with mistakes and blunders than nothing at all. I cannot begin to tell you like how nerve-wracking it is to film yourself walking around looking like a moron. You're like, oh, these people think I'm stupid. Yeah, well, maybe some do. Some absolutely do. That's okay. They're not putting money in my pocket. And now I'm at a point where like YouTube is actually paying me. So that's cool, right? Like, not a lot, but it's becoming more. And I don't think that it'll ever be like a, you know, crazy money-making thing. But I remember when there was nothing and I was still doing it. So I want you to bear that in mind. If you've been thinking about creating something, and that's another thing too about like, I know this is a metal detecting channel, but there's a lot of metal detectors out there that I talk to that are like, you know, I thought about I would start making content, or do this, and this, but it's either a pain or whatever. If you have an inkling that you want to start doing it, just do it. Because it's good for us in this hobby to see each other. And I know that may, it's not like competition. I don't feel like I'm in competition with other metal detectorists to make content, okay? I look at it like they're finding cool stuff, and that's stuff that I can find, okay? So I use it as like a motivating factor. But with that said too, like once you start creating a lot of content, you don't watch as much content anymore either. It kind of, I don't want to say that it's like you either make it or you watch it, but I gotta run. But that's sort of the case. Like I can only consume as so much, but I used to be an incredibly avid consumer of metal detecting content. And fortunately, I've been able to meet a lot of the people that I used to like, well, you know, I still do watch them. I just watch very little TV. Hold on, I'll be right back. I had to cross like a busy intersection of lots of people. They got to shut down for, none of that matters, okay? Basically, they have part of the sidewalk shut down. People were building up, and I don't know, it's still weird, okay? I'm still getting over that part. But like I was saying, like I just don't watch as much content as I used to. Now I'm just more focused on making it. I'm sure that that's probably true of most content creators, because like you either like are making it or you're watching it, consuming it. And there seems to be very little time to do both. As a matter of fact, I barely watch any TV at all anymore. I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched a movie. I don't know what's up with that, actually. I just feel like there's not enough time. But this goes back to what I was talking about, the whole fixing to get ready industry. You don't need people to waste your time with instruction material. Just go out and do the thing, okay? It may suck. You may suck. People will let you know. Trust me about that part. Trust me about that part. But after a while, you realize that like even bad engagement, like, you know, when people like talk a bunch of junk or tell you suck or you're stupid, which I've gotten plenty of it online, you just start to realize it's just post engagement. It's just like they're just interacting with your material, and I don't know, it takes on a new life form. Instead of being so like incredibly hurt by it, you're usually like, okay, well, whatever, at least they're talking on it. So it's something to think about. So to all those people who have asked me about, you know, starting or said that they wanted to start, just do it. I've made videos like this before, but this idea of getting suckered into the fixing to get ready industry, just remember that it's just a scam. It's just another form of content, really. And you don't need to like buy into it. I love this trolley, the inline trolley. So cool. By the way, if you've been thinking about getting into metal detecting, DetectorWarehouse.com has a promo going on right now with the MindLab Xterra Elite. Get a free Profine 40 pinpointer, which, by the way, comes in mega handy, makes the hobby a lot more enjoyable. Feel free to use my link, DetectorWarehouse.com/IGetThatTreasure, and it'll take you right there, and it helps the channel, by the way. So, and I'll put a what is it, QR code up here. So you can see right there. So if you're watching on TV, you can just hold up your phone and use that. Also, the details will be in the description of this video. So check out detectorwarehouse.com. So that's about as motivational as I can get, I guess. But it's something I want you to think about. Tonight, if you're in North Texas or Dallas specifically, the Lone Star Treasure Hunters Club is having their July 4th meeting tonight, July 17th. Is it July 17th? Yeah. The reason they didn't have it normally on the first Friday of the month like they normally do is because the day after was July 4th, you know, when people were going on trips and vacations and getting ready for the 4th. So if you thought about coming and you didn't, you still can. And we're having like a potluck, and I know some people are weird about that, but it's a clean group, I think. Don't worry, don't think too much about it, okay? Everyone's getting some type of explosive diarrhea, parasite. You're gonna get it eventually, so come on down. Maybe you'll get it tonight. We'll just knock it out. I hope not. But if it happens, it'll happen. You know what I mean? I'm not worried too much about it. If I end up with explosive diarrhea, then I end up with explosive diarrhea, okay? You know what would be worse than getting the parasite that causes explosive diarrhea? Going to the doctor because you got explosive diarrhea and it just turning out that you just got explosive diarrhea. That's just who you are. No parasite. Personally, I think that would be worse. So, but that's not gonna happen. I'm a terrible sales guy when it comes to selling the idea of the Lone Star Treasure Hunters potluck event. But we're making some stuff. We'll be taking down, Mrs. Treasure will be making some stir-fry beef that'll be delicious. She is an incredible cook, by the way. Really, like, I would so much rather eat her food than go out to a lot of places. If you follow me on other social stuff, you'll see that I do go out to a lot of, you know, interesting restaurants. I should really make content about that, but I'm an idiot. And I probably won't, but I wish she would. Oh, by the way, she started an Instagram called Mrs. Get That Treasure, which I'll share the information here. We got to get her on the right track though, because like she shares like pictures of me. She doesn't need to be sharing pictures of me. She needs to be sharing content and pictures of the stuff that we do that's so cool. People only, you can see me every week. But she takes these like really good photos and we go to these like really cool places. So help me convince her that people want to see the stuff that she sees. Not just me. I know that when I dress up, I look pretty good. You know, I'm afflicted. Just a handsome devil. And I know that because my mama told me. She said, Joe, because she calls me Joey. She said, Joey, you're a handsome little man. I know that. She also says she's proud of me. So, you know, I bet there's a third thing that I do good. I'm some kind of triple threat. It's just metal detecting. So having a mama that's proud of me and metal detecting, and you know what, I'm lucky though? I'm super lucky. I think a lot of good detectors are, but the luckiest thing I got is Mrs. Treasure. So let her know that we want to see more of her content that she makes, because she knows how to take a good picture and she knows how to make the stuff. But like I said before, it can be very tough to get over like this part, you know, but I want to see it. Let's see. Oh yeah. So come out to the potluck if you want to try some of her food. Hold on, I got to get off here because they've got blowers I'm walking towards. So anyway, come on out there. It was too loud. Come on out there to 906 Center Street. I'll put the address details and the time in the description. tonight and try some of Mrs. Treasure's stir-fried beef. It's really just bulgogi, but anyway, you'll enjoy it. I think that's about it. This is a pretty decent walk and talk. You've had a visually different experience because I'm not in my normal little loop that I do, but if you want stickers or any swag that I may have at the time, feel free to email me. igetthattreasure@gmail.com. I will send them to you free of charge. Also, send me some of your favorite finds. I'll showcase them on Wednesdays. If you get out this weekend, I hope you get that treasure. And I'll see you Monday with a hunt video. But thank you so much for watching.